It's week 2 of the 2024 season, and all eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Ravens and the Raiders on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL on this fine afternoon brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it.
Into the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here's the first drive for the Ravens, and at the helm is the 2023 NFL Most Valuable Player. Second such time he's won the award, Lamar Jackson.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game, but, boy, that felt good flinging it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 21 carries, 122 yardage-wise, and a score as well.
He told me how
they established the run and established it well. Their goal is to make sure that the trend continues and to serve notice to the rest of the league that they might be a run-first team.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep.
Come on, bro.
And a great job
God damn.
Defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to
this
cut
shit,
outfield.
this shit ridiculous. Oh, Mark Andrews, brother,
so
bet nigga on.
They get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, this defense for the Raiders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
And good covers there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. So out come the Raiders for their opening drive, and at the helm in his first year in silver and black, 6th season overall, Gardner Minshew.
And he's someone who brings a ton of personality with him, but don't let that fool you. He's more than capable of playing winning football at this level and has actually done so. I don't know if he's their long-term answer under center, but as long as he trots out there, they'll have a puncher's chance and maybe a bit more to compete with any team they line up against.
The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 24 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
Ooh, they fucked me up. Come on, G.
To Devontae Adams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now Minshew. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Looking to throw it. Minshew. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 to 36.
Come on, man. Don't have roughing the kicker on 1,000 on this motherfucker. Shit. I ain't getting that.
The kick by Carlson is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Baltimore's set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like in the start of a game with the emotion.
Come on.
You understand the same. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game when it comes to us. You was trying to have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go through that. I went through that.
Wait, no, damn.
They keep it with Henry on first down.
Dropping my blessings here.
2nd and 2. The Ravens had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew that last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if
no face.
Protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
No face. I don't get sleepy, y'all know melatonin. Gotta keep on talking about defense and business. There's no diagnosis and empty the clip. Start this shit out and I came back reloaded. Oh, this shit ain't got to finally show it.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play. After having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
No face.
From midfield now, here's Jackson.
My scary ass. I done caught it and fell down. I was shaking the motherfucker. I could have goddamn.
A solid gain of 15 yards in the sticks move.
It's scared and shit, man. Goddamn.
In motion right is Aguilar. Jackson now. This will go to Henry out wide. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. You look at this Raiders defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. There's some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
A first down carry for Henry. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
No face.
In motion goes the tight end. Here's Jackson.
Come on, man. It's real convenient that y'all make a motherfucker. Y'all make a motherfucker turn around and all that extra shit slowing them down.
They didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
Obviously, something I'm fucking doing wrong. Obviously.
Jackson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line,
that shit I can make perfect kicks.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field
struggle
to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown.
My bad.
That's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense.
I'm going to go ahead
and after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick.
What?
Most of them wanted to end with
Look at
a
that. Get the...
In this case,
bro, Kareem. Hey, but Kareem. That nigga ain't throwing no motherfucking roll card, cuz. Dog, get the fuck off, man.
Second down, right back to Hunt. And he went
Get the fuck out of here, nigga. This ain't 4 years ago.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead.
That nigga ain't hit nobody hard. He smacked up that bitch.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Able to find the open man.
They make the stop on a dime and cut up field.
First down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Man, I don't know why I do this shit to myself.
You're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover.
I don't know why I do
they let him
this
roam
shit to
down the
myself.
field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Bitch, that motherfucker pick, hoe. Move, ref. Yo, ugly ass. Let's go. Ugly ass real trying to get in the way. Confused ass nigga.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did. They came through with a big-time pick six.
10-3 our score after one here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it as we resume action. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Look, that crazy.
Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's
bro, that's so cheesy.
You just throw the pick six, and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Minshew. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. You could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your 3rd grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
And now following the
Calvin,
stoppage here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Minshew. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line.
Oh, but I got the pick on the little nigga, man.
Play action, it's Minshew.
Good shit. Hey, here we on motherfucker ass. This strain quad.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Minshew sets to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. Muscles by at the 25. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
Oh, shit, I got some weed. I do got some weed.
Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. The kick by Carlson is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They were losers to Kansas City a week ago, but they are out in front right now. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They set up the screen for Henry. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can...
Jackson.
Wow. Wow, bro. Lamar Jackson fumbled.
The football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
From the gun, Jackson. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Zay Flowers, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Tucker with the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Boy.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madden.
Oh, that fucked me up.
And he's
I
able to
thought
get
that
the
play.
first before he's taken down at the 36. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Hunt will try going up the middle. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. So on fourth down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Deontay Hardy back deep. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry.
Shot 2 of them niggas.
Was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. In motion right is Aguilar. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
2 holding call. They ain't got man holding call.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and
2
push
holding
the offense
calls.
backwards a bit. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun.
Bruh.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Out of the gun is Minshew.
Good shit, Quan.
Struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second and a couple. Play action. Now Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he'll be brought down at the 37. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Throwing is Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews 34 yards. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. That time a 6-play drive. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago. Really, it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So they have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came.
Now Minshew has it knocked out, fumble, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. A throw out wide going to be incomplete.
I think we could all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Ravens continue to pull away here in this first half. Tucker with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. One more go for this offense in the first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. So we're at halftime here in the inner. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Minshew going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. The handoff running left, Henry. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
In motion is Hardy. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now it's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Ravens just continue to roll. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. They'll run with Hunt. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Looking to throw it. Minshew. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. He'll get this to about the 38.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
In motion is Hardy. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. There he goes, left side. Racing to the end zone. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Deontay Hardy, 62 yards. And the Ravens extend their lead yet again. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession. And
every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now Minshew. Pass complete right side to Bowers. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the 3rd quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Caught by Mayer. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the 1st. Back to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Kyle Hamilton running up from his safety spot and earning the sack. A carry here for Hunt. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Now back to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Carlson able to put this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The Ravens offense and Derrick Henry set to take over once more. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be touched down to the end, but a big play on that one. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 30-yard line. Running left, it's Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Jackson, option right. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. Now that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 23-yard run. And the Ravens had 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. And now here come the Raiders. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase. That they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers, and he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Looking to throw again on second down. Minshew. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a counter, you would have...
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Open man, it's Mayer in the end zone for the Raiders touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Raiders are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. And there defensively was Jack Jones. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Jackson, options out left. Again, it's Ricard, the fullback. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Minshew. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 2nd and 10, Minshew over the middle, complete. It's Bowers. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Brought down on the play by Trenton Simpson. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. 2nd down and 6 now. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Myers. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so.